Yeah, thanks for the lot of useful data, sir. My question is, since small scale industries, I mean, can't aspire to be tier 1 or tier 2 right away, right? So Boeing or any big companies, they'll probably choose few select big companies and then it will it will percolate down. So I just want a general understanding of how you go about it. Like you select T1 and they can instant select T2 and T3, or you'll also get involved into T2, T3s.
Okay. So there are two pieces to this question. One, you talked about small scale industry. And by the way, I never met him before, and I did not ask you to ask this question, right? So the supplier that I talked, so I'll answer the first question first. The supplier that won the Supplier of the Year award for wire harness is MSME. Yesterday, we signed a contract with another MSME, and if you Google today, all the main lines have carried that news article. So you can, either Google it here or later. So we signed a contract with another MSME yesterday. So it does not matter whether the company is big or small. We go with capability. Now, if you have to build big structures, I don't expect an MSME to be ready to take that job. That's why we go to Tatas and the bigger companies, right? So it is not by choice that we go to big companies, and we are determined to grow MSMEs in country. The second piece of the question was about tier 1s and tier 2. Now I'll give you some data points. Some of you in this room were a part of the supplier conference we had in Hyderabad in December. We had 22 tier 1s. 22 tier 1s coming from outside of country participating in that event. All the big OEMs that supply to Boeing, we brought them into country. And before that event happened, we organized meetings. We send them the supplier profiles. We asked them which supplier you'd like to meet. And in 2 days' time, we had 180 meetings in Hyderabad between Indian suppliers and tier 1s. Very recently, one of the gentlemen in this room will tell you, about a month back, we got 4 major tier 1s in country. We went around, and that was electronic industry. That was relevant to electronic industry. We went to 10 suppliers. So what I'm saying is Boeing is active in making the match between the tier 1s and the tier 2s. Okay? And in some cases the tier 1s come on their own as well. So it's not always through Boeing.
Okay, can I ask one question to Rear Admiral sir? So we keep thinking of some new idea that India can do differently from rest of the world or something, right? So in the newspapers we read a lot about using rivers for transport. So and a lot of military technology sooner or later will come into civilian, military aircraft, civilian aircrafts. So is it possible to sort of look at it together? In the sense, what does civil industry need, and is there something similar? Probably we can plan for both of them together so that we can probably be more efficient. I don't know, our defense is a different animal, civil is a different animal. Can we sort of look at it together?
It's all being done actually. What you're saying is quite right. In fact, Navy has moved to COTS in a big way, that is the commercial items which are off the shelf available. In number of areas, they are common items, they are being used, and vice versa. Only thing is, in Navy there are certain areas where off-the-shelf commercial items cannot be used because of the nature of requirements which are there, especially things like shock proofing, shock requirements, the kind of hits and the kind of shock requirements which are there for the naval requirements in case of a hostile environment. So leaving aside those, specs for the naval requirements, especially for low-end vessels, are already now into the commercial field. Coast Guard goes more into this. Indian Navy, certain items are kept with the Navy itself. which are not even given to the shipyard. They deal with it because of the security reasons. Certain items, Navy nominates, like he said, go to Tata's, go to so-and-so, go to so-and-so, by name. Certain items, Navy says, all right, these are the specifications, you get them. And they may not be naval specifications. They may be the COT specifications. So this is already being done. And we are going more and more into this.
Thank you, sir. We probably have time for one more question.
Sir, I am Commander Matthews. My question is to Rear Admiral Bhatia, sir. Sir, in fact, I understand the shipyards are basically building ships and they integrate the various systems. I would like to highlight to the audience through you, sir, there is a directorate in Naval Headquarters which deal with the SMEs and MSMEs to develop the fight element and increase the indigenization element. Commander Matthews, sir.
Sorry, it's a question or an answer?
No, I just, if you could highlight to the audience, sir.
Yeah, okay. You're talking of the VESI?
Correct.
Okay. Yesterday, actually, this was brought out very nicely by one of the speakers. You see, Naval Headquarters, what they did, along with the DRDO, they set up an organization specially for the weapons side, where all these elements which I said normally don't come to the shipyards. There's an organization called VESI. Commodore Gulati is sitting here. He's been very much part of this game. This organization looks at all these high-end, high-tech items and helps integrate the shipyards into that. They also have the shipyard reps actually employed by the shipyard but working in their premises, and they sort of get into the combat management systems, the integration of the systems, and those high-tech items. So that is the one which is saying. And similarly in the dockyards you have VECAS, which is dealing purely with weapons and sensors and sonars, sensors, weapons and sensors.
Thank you.
Thanks to the entire panel for that wonderful discussion and sharing of such huge information with us. I request Mr. Rahul K. Mathur, Director Aerospace Defense, Marine Segment TE Connectivity, to give away this token of thanks to Rear Admiral R.M. Bhatia, Executive Director, Reliance Defense and Engineering Company Limited. Thanks a lot for accepting our invite and participating with us, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks to Mr. Ashwani Bhargava, Director Supply Management, Boeing India International. And I request Treasurer IASA Director SLN Technologies, Mr. Anil Kumar Muniswamy, to kindly come onto the dais and thank the chairperson of this panel, Mr. Rahul K. Mathur. Thank you very much for chairing the panel.